Right, kababayan. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is PSEi Recap, and it's a very, very late update. It's Sunday night here in the Philippines, and ngayon lang nagka-oras because of all the personal things that I have been doing as well. Maraming pinapagawa, and hopefully, this time of year, medyo you are in the profit zone, tulad nga ng sinabi ko. And ilang buwan na lang, less than 2 months, I guess. It will be the start of 2019. All right. So, what are the current stories that's developing? What are the stocks that we should be watching after a week that the rate hike was announced, and ano pa ba yung mga pwede nating i-anticipate? So, lahat na yan we'll tackle with PSEi Recap. Alright, before that, let's try to check and see kung ano yung ating quick word from our sponsor. So, this comes from Joshua chapter 1 verse 9. So, this is my command: be strong and courageous, do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Alright, si Joshua was one of the characters in the Bible who was tasked to spy, and nakita nila during that time na yung mga kalaban nila were giants. These are very, very tall people. Ngayon may mga 7-footer tayo, especially sa basketball. But these guys were very, very big. These guys ranging from 15, 20, 30 feet yung mga laki nila. And tulad nga ng description nila, para silang mga grasshoppers. Right. So how do we apply this with our daily lives? Of course, sa ngayon, currently, wala pang giants or walang giants na ganung kalalaki, no? Sa ngayon, for all we know, but the giants that we are facing today are the problems, no? Daily problems. May it be yung financial struggles, health reason, or for personal, especially sa family. It could be at times overwhelming. Pwedeng magsabay-sabay yan, or one of the two combinations. It could really drag us really down sa ating buhay. But tulad nga ng sinasabi ko, once you seek God, you ask for help, is lahat ng problema is masusolusyonan natin. Especially sa trading naman, how do we take this word, or how do we apply this sa ating trading? At this point in time, last week, it has been a very, very volatile market. There are a lot of whips, so especially on those volatile position. And at this point, probably down ka ng 20, 30, 40%, medyo discouraged ka na. You have to ask yourself why. Bakit ka ba nagtitrading? Bakit mo ba pinasok to? Right? And until such time you are very clear kung bakit ka nagtitrading or why you are doing stock market, tumigil ka muna and ask yourself. Kasi at this point in time, the market will always find a way, no, to bite you when you least expect it. So, tulad ng sinasabi ko, market is really, really all about probability. Walang nakakasigurado. Right? With all of that, I encourage you to read the Bible. Anything that I'll say beyond this point may or may not happen, but itong word na to, or the Bible, kung ano yung malalaman natin sa Bible, is very, very true yesterday, today, and even the future. Alright? So, I encourage you to read the Bible. No? One paragraph or 2 verse a day, maganda na yan. No? So, you will develop that reading habit, and tulad nga ng sinasabi ko sa inyo lagi, meron kayong mapupulot, and yung insights, alright, ng mga tao ngayon, ibang-iba sa kung ano man yung nasusulat. So, I really encourage you to read your Bible. And with that, let's start with our review. Alright. For the past week, so last week, if you would like to recall yung ating sinabi last week, sabi ko, if 7-3 would finally break, we will be very, very bullish. Alright? So the past week, it was a slow climb, no? So parang nag-aantayan yung mga fund managers, yung mga institution natin, if they are going to break or not yung 7.2 at that time, no? Last week. Right now, we're currently sitting at 7,340. We have gained 257 points. And that's good. That's good for overall sa ating market. And again, we're one step ahead, no? Sa if we finally break yung 7.4 area, so makikita natin sa chart since last week sinasabi ko na it's very very critical that we break etong 7.2 area, and we finally did, no? Very slow nga lang, nag-consolidate siya dito, mini triangle, and it finally popped. We have minor resistance at around 7.4. Much more better kung ma-hit natin tong 7.4 ngayong week na to, because once we were able to hit yung 7.4, parang automatic na yan into our 7.8 levels, and maganda rin naman, no? There's a small pop in volume dito around 7.4, and maganda yan because sa stock market there are bulls waiting at 7.4. This is the last resistance before we finally maraming bulls ang nag-aantay dito, and maraming nag-aantay dito, no? So ganun sa stock market, ang mga bulls, they want to see the index going higher before they finally commit. Let's say for example, if they are currently allocated 50, they will finally deploy yung 80 to 90% once they reach yung mga ganitong bullish level. So at this current time, 7.4, and at this point in time, especially if you are doing indexing, that means to say you are only picking those 30 companies sa ating index. This is probably a good time to finally shuffle yung portfolio mo, lagyan mo ng blues, right? At this time, and para makita mo, no, kung ano yung pwedeng mangyari sa ating of course, ang ating magiging leaders sa pagdating if we have a bull run and we finally reach yung 7.8, our fake would probably compose of San Miguel, FGen, right? Yung mga names na yan, JFC, DMC, right? And overall, even yung mga laggards, once we hit yung ating 7.4 level, eventually yan will finally do yung reversal din, no? So again, we're good with 7.340, but we want to finally confirm our ideas once we hit yung 7.4. And right now, you might want to trim down yung mga position mo and try to allocate some of your money sa mga blue chips, because I tell you, 7.4 maraming nag-aantay dito. At this area, 7.4 maraming nag-aantay ng mga bullish na mga tao. So ganyan yung pag-analyze ng market, and hopefully you are gaining something dito sa ating mga studies na ganito. And that is good because it coincides with after the week ng announcement nating rate hike, nag-recover yung ating index, and it's finally doing good sign para sa ating market. And yun nga ang abangan natin this week would be a critical moment for the PSEi to finally breach etong 7.4. For the longest time we are on a downwards slide, and yun nga, maganda yung nagiging development, and I would be very very bullish pagdating lalo ng 7.4. Once we hit yung 7.4 within the week or two, na fears niya na maganda, I would be very very bullish, and I am also considering, no, as myself, lagyan ng blue chips yung aking mga portfolio. So pupwesto tayo before yung run mangyari, right? With that, we have yung ECF move of the week, 49% in one day, right? So pag mga ganito guys, lalo na itong mga stocks na to, alam nyo naman yung ECP, is a very very volatile position. If you aren't very good dito sa handling this kind of position, mabilis kang maubusan ng pera dito, right? For this coming week, this would be a very very critical time for ECP because maaring ano lang to, I guess yung irrationality ng market because there was a disclosure for the acquisition, but hindi rin naman gano'n ka-solid as you will going to read yung disclosure. Hindi naman din gano'n katindi yung disclosures, but again is like a irrationality ng market, right? If you like to understand, finally yung ISM and PXP momentum is finally tapering down, and maaaring yung mga day traders or momentum traders who already shifted dito sa ECP, right? Parang yung iba nilang pera inano na sa ECP, and mabilis din naman yung spread ng ECP kaya ang bilis na itinaas, no? So if the disclosure is very very strong, I want it to be confirmed for next week, for Monday or Tuesday. I want this to have a big volume tulad ng ginawa din nito, and before finally we could say na etong ECP is really really bullish with that disclosure. So it was ECP subscribing sa TVI, sa company, and ganun talaga yung market, no? Sometimes what seems to be a very weak disclosure, pagka maganda naman yung timing niya, napapaganda. Alright? So but then again, sa mga hindi nakapasok dito, okay lang yan. You're going to miss a lot of mga ganitong mga ceiling plays, but I want you to stick to your game and wag kang magpa-FOMO, no, or fear of missing out, because that's one of the struggles, especially yung parang gustong-gusto mong bumilis na yumaman, no. So again, trading is a marathon. It's a long game to play, and the three things that I understand is, number one, you just have to try to survive na lang muna, and number two, you have to be consistent, and number three, dun ka mag-i-aim to take a big profit. Alright, so pangatlo lang siya, yung big profit, but ang number one and number two is you have to survive, and number two is be consistent. So pangatlo lang yung big profit. So our sentiment, and I'd like to grade it at 5.5. So we're going on the last week or ng November, and tulad nga ng sinabi ko kanina, if we finally hit yung 7.4, ang front runners natin to lead yung PSEi, no? This is only for PSEi, those 30 stocks. Tulad nga ng sinasabi ko is SMC, FGen, JFC, and DMC. These guys have exhibited good price action, and maganda yung kanilang pinapakita na mga technical levels. And if you are going to research more on them, maganda rin naman yung mga development or storyline sa kanila. Alright? Ang maganda rito, bumaba tayo sa 6.9, no? 6.9, and we even hit yung 6.8 level. That is, I think, the very very bottom ng market. But they were able to hold their value. And once we hit yung 7.4, there'll be more bullish na mga players that are going to put their money dito sa apat na to. These are my picks to front run the market. The only thing that I'm worried about is mataas din yung MER, which is not supposed to be. But if tama yung mga ating analysis or tama yung mga nakikita ng ating idea, I want yung MER na bumaba, no? So kasi Meralco is a very defensive stock, and hindi ko maintindihan bakit siya mataas pa sa ngayon, and I want it to subside, no? Or all of those people I want them, yung sa nakikita ko, institutions or companies, investment companies would finally take profit yung si Meralco. Bababa siya, and then all of those funds or money would be spread out dito sa apat na to. So the only thing I'm concerned right now is bakit mataas pa rin yung Meralco, which is a very very defensive stock. and that is a big question mark for me, which is not supposed to be happening if we are in a bullish mode, or we are entering at the first phase ng bullish reversal natin. So yun lang. But then again, once we hit yung 7.4, especially 7.5, if you are going to be on indexing, I want you to consider itong SMC, FGen, JFC, and DMC. Again, I want to see profit taking sa Meralco. No? So, we hit 7.4, we see profit taking sa Meralco, I would be more than very bullish sa ating market. Alright? That's our take for the sentiment of the market. And I really do hope that you are learning or doing getting something out of this, no? And especially if you are very new to the market, these are the things that you're missing out, no? So hindi ka nakaka-zoom out, you're not able to read the market properly. Ito yung mga things na sana, no, our gurus are explaining, or weekly updates na ganito. Again, this channel was made, no, kasi I was also searching myself for this channel na magbibigay sa akin ng weekly update, but from right now, wala akong makita, and as long as wala pa akong nakikitang mas okay na channel kaysa sa akin, I'd probably be uploading, no, weekly. And if you are able to find some channels sa YouTube, sa PSEi na ganito yung atake sa market, let me know, no? Probably I'm going to stop uploading because medyo kumakain din ng oras itong mga updates na ganito. But as long as wala akong makita, I would probably update pa rin sa inyo. Kasi this is also my weekly review for myself. And then again, nakakatulong din naman sa akin to. Right? Alright, let's now proceed sa ating mga watch list, or the stocks that we should be watching. Again, sa food, currently walang nananalo, no. It's the bulls and the bears are fighting currently at this time. And kung mapapansin, if you are able to watch yung market natin for the last week, labanan talaga. And I'm inclined to think na parang tinatago nila, or they don't want to see this food tumaas agad. So probably someone is accumulating, and pagka closing time, they are dumping some stocks, no, para magmukhang bumababa. But then again, pwede din naman may problema tong food, or they are very big in a position, so they want to hedge their position, nagbabawas sila sa food. But currently, I am more than inclined to think na parang gusto nilang itago, no? Especially if you're going to see this box, maganda tong setup na to, right? So kasi kung mahina to, dapat to naisara niya na yung gap. But currently, makikita mo, it's floating consolidation, and this is very good for position traders. Allocate some of your position dito, especially if you're bit skeptical. You might want to check and see if yung 112, 113 will finally break yung area na to. Pwedeng doon ka pumasok. Kasi we really don't know kung gaano katagal tong consolidation na to, and gaano nila katagal itatago itong food, no? Currently, it's bulls and bears. No one is really in control dito sa area na to, and you might want to check and see yung food. But if you want, 1 peso is a very good level to buy. Maganda na yung support na yon at this level. Pwede kang mag-iwan na lang ng order doon. Maganda rin naman yung food. And then again, this is a fundamentally good company, but currently, parang tinatago siya, right? So, maring there are only few institutions na gusto nila, nag-iipon pa sila, or hindi pa kumpleto kanilang position bago nila finally let go and patakbuhin yung food. Alright? So again, ganun yung ginagawa ng mga yan. the last lalo na yung run off sa closing, binabagsak nila yan, and then set another day mag-accumulate sila. So ginagawa nila yon, mas marami yung na-accumulate nila kesa yung binibenta nila during the run off. But then again, very very careful. The safest buy is anything below 1 peso, especially sa 1 peso. That is a very very good support. Or if you are a breakout trader, check out and see kung paano siya mag-react sa 112, 113 once it finally breaks yung ano. But currently, bulls and bears naglalaban, no? Parang sa manibela, wala pang nakakasigurado kung sino yung pananalo. But sabi ko nga sa analysis ko, I am more than inclined to think na parang tinatago tong food based on the things that I'm seeing for the last week. Right, that's our take for food. Let's now proceed sa ating it's part of the watch list, no, for the third straight week. And again, sa tingin ko naman dito, it was very very fear driven, no? Especially if you are watching yung news lately, yung IKEA, no? So, a big company is going to building itong biggest store nila sa Philippines, and it might have an effect dito sa WILCON kasi nga pwede nilang maging competitor nila yon. But I guess that would yung IKEA store would probably materialize for another year or two, and hindi naman siya yung katulad ng WILCON kasi WILCON spread out siya, no? Maliliit na store but spread out sa buong bansa. IKEA was more likely of a big store, isa lang. From what I've read, yun yung ano nila. But aside from that, kaya siguro bumaba itong WILCON because of that news. But if you are still very bullish dito sa WILCON, 12 is the number to watch, right? So panoorin muna natin this week kung 12 will hold, kasi ito yung pinaka magandang support na bilhin niya, no? So 12 is the number to watch sa WILCON. But then again, if you're going to analyze the market, ang maganda sa WILCON, sa mga leaders last 2017, we have yung MAC, tags, IMI, no? They have already tanked down, I think more than 20 or even 40% ng kanilang value from their previous high. But yung WILCON, I think this debut I think 6 pesos plus if I'm not mistaken, but yung value niya nag-hold, and kung ikukumpara mo sa mga previous leaders, mas stable siya, no? So if you would like to accumulate, 12 is the number to watch. Tingnan natin kung magka-consolidate pa din sa area na yon around 12 before it's pushed for another rally, no? Again, WILCON has the technicals and the fundamentals to back up, no? Again, baka naapektuhan lang ng news na yon, and we might check and see kung yung 12 is mag-hold for this week. Hopefully mag-hold, kasi once na wala na rin naman gusto magbenta below 12, dire-diretso na naman na to, no? Dire-diretso na to, and this one would finally be the leaders ng bull run once we hit yung 7-4 this week or next week, no? Itong WILCON. Again, observe na lang muna, and kung malalim-lalim naman yung base mo rito, hold ka lang until we see yung panic or mga problema na maaaring kaharapin itong WILCON. Again, our next on our watch list is on IRC. So the safest area to buy is around this area, no? So this is 220. Solid na yun, but kung hindi ka pa rin nakabili doon, medyo hirap sa pag-akyat yung IRC. This is because due to the fact na maaaring marami na rin naka-position bago yung ating announcement. And hindi natin alam if they are hedging their position bago nila let go itong IRC again. It's currently facing a minor resistance at around this area. So, yan, pantay na yan. And next week would be a decider week for IRC. So, once na ma-clear naman itong area na to, I think it's bound to test yung 2.7. And if mapagbibigyan tayo, especially kung maganda-ganda yung balita or another set of investors or private placement, I do not see why kung bakit hindi niya ma-reach yung 52-week high niya na 2.927. And isa lang naman yung company na merong project na subway. It's the first time in the Philippines, and we might never know yung mga business implication nito or mga side business na mag-generate nito. Again, if you are holding this for a long term, maganda rin naman itong IRC for a long term view of the market. But if you are here to ride the momentum, wait and see, no? Itong IRC before you finally going to buy, no? You want to check and see kung paano niya, how will he handle itong minor resistance na to that is currently pacing at this level. So again, that's our take for IRC. Let's now proceed with ABA. So before the follow-up or the slide on of ISMP XP, napansin ko agad that ABA was able to emerge as the leader, no, for one of the true alphas ng ating market, itong ABA. So again, good volume, and sa tingin ko hindi pa siya hinog for another run, and I'd like to see, no, at ako, I will personally watch yung 0.50 itong support na to. I think that is the safest, no, yung retest. But what is currently forming is higher lows, right? So the downtick is shortening, no? Ibig sabihin, yung range niya or yung price action was humihigpit, no? So it might rest here, no, at this level, and tignan mo muna again itong ABA, because very concerning din naman itong big doji niya na nag-form nung Thursday. And again, tignan muna natin kung ano yung, I want this to consolidate muna, but the safest buy is around this 0.5 area. If mabibigyan tayo ng retest, that is the safest, right now. And again, tulad ka nang nasabi ko, ang napansin ko sa ABA, this is one of the emerging leaders na talagang nag-take over sa ISM and PXP sa ating market since last week. Again, mukhang hindi na tayo mapagbibigyan dyan na bumaba pa rito sa 0.42 level. Mukhang malabo na, talagang 0.50 na yung ating bilihan dito sa ABA. Again, this is currently forming to be or emerging to be a leader of our market, right? And this is a big surprise for all of us. Even me, I was surprised because with all of the development sa ating market is hindi ko rin napansin itong Philinvest Corporation is already doing parabolic, no? Upon my review, itong 28.99.48, these are the net income for the past 3 months or the past 9 months, and it's very solid, guys. And fundamentally, I think the management is doing something good, kaya naman naging ganito yung kanila net earnings. And FDC, bibili ka ba at this level? No, medyo huli na tayo, And yun ang maganda sa market. There will also be a lot of surprises you're going to miss, right? I myself, uh, hindi ko natatamaan lahat yung mga big moments na yan. But ang mahalaga is you are aware and hindi mo ma-miss lahat. No? So, there will be a lot of misses and hindi naman lahat ng opportunity matitake mo. Kasi, minsan yung mga guru naman natin, ganyan din naman ang parang pinoproject nila, no? They are hitting all those trades na magaganda. But to tell you honestly, hindi naman din ganun yung nangyayari, right? Going to tell you, hindi naman din ganun yung nangyayari. Hindi naman lahat ng movement na malalaki kasama sila. And yun nga, mahalaga is you have your own system on how to capture, no? Yung mga movement na ganyan and paano ka papasok. Alright. Right now, I want this to consolidate muna or to do a full back before I'm going to buy because napakadelikado na. Very small yung volume dito but the candle is very very big, no? So, medyo delikado na siya. At this level, it has gone parabolic and I don't want you to get trapped naman dun sa itaas. So, let's try to see and kung magpo-full back itong Philippine Development Corporation, alright? Let's now proceed sa ating likely movers. Again, maganda rin naman yung pinapakita ng ating Costco, SSI. I'd like to also check and see their levels and also the bottom laggards like LTG, no? And even the banks, BPI, BDO, and Security Bank. So, if we have missed those charts, magiging masyadong mahaba na to. But I want you to also study yung mga position na yan. And again, maraming salamat sa panonood. Until next week, this is PSEi Recap. And hopefully, if you are able to learn something, may nakuha kang insights, or you just want to see or bounce ideas, you might want to subscribe or hit that like button, right? Maraming salamat.